Hey, you guys. So I'm about to do a video um on the Woolbridge Manor house, and it involves family. I had this. Oh, I don't know if I should say discovered. I've been doing ancestry research on and off since 2018. Um, I still say I'm a beginner because I still make mistakes on it, and there's times I've had to fix little things because sometimes how I um, duplicate one person, and I'm like, okay, I have to either delete several of these or merge them. Sometimes, like the year might be the birth year, death year might be off by a year or two or something like that. So I had to delete those. But anyways, I came across like a very interesting story that goes back to England. So my peepaw, my grandpa, that's what I call him, my grandpa, my mom's dad. Well, I was doing research on his mom's side of the family, and I came across the Turberville family. Now, I think there's still Turbervilles out there, whether I'm related to all of them or just some of them or not. I don't know. I like to see. I periodically check the shared matches, so we'll see. Um, so, anyways, moving on. Um, so it's a very interesting story. Apparently, there's a ghost coach thing that's seen there. Is it Thomas Hardy? I wrote it down, so I'll talk about it in the video and share experts from or how do you say it, from the book that he's written. He stayed at the Manor Woolbridge Manor house. I didn't get too much pictures from the inside. I couldn't really find a lot, but I found a lot of outside pictures, and I've did found pictures from the I forgot what the name of the church is, but it's a church down from there, and it's mentioned a few times. It starts with P. I have it written down in my notes, and these are my notes. So if you hear page turning, that's just me. I probably should have took them out the notebook. Most of the time I do, and I staple them together, which you still hear page turning. It was I don't want to bore y'all too much, but sorry if it's a very long one, and I hope I don't trip over my words because I seem to do that a lot. But yeah. So, anyways, Mr. Hardy um, stayed at this manor house, or and he got inspired by the house and the family. Um, which I'm gonna put that in notes by who. Um, so I'll mention that. There was a George Turberville. But I'll share different alternate spellings. I know it was some Latin, French, English, a mixture, and apparently there's some other European languages mixed into it. But I know that's all I seen was shown on there. It says and more. So as we go along, I'll probably do more research since that is part of my family. I have read that part of the branch has now, well, they put extinct, one source has said, but they're no longer, I guess, around. Nobody, there's still other branches still out there of the family. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Hope y'all enjoy it. And thank you, subscribers, for, subscribing. And I've now up to 61 subscribers, which is cool. I was I know it's not a whole lot, but I'm just surprised even one person subscribed, and like that's a big deal for me. And you know, especially with me doing a mixture of things, is like I'm trying to find what my niche is. I've found a few things, but I want to do what I enjoy to do, but at the same time I want to give something that you as an audience and other people would enjoy too. I'll probably eventually make a second video just for Jacksonville history. I might transfer some other stuff over there, or however I can do it, or redo videos. I got a new phone, so hopefully it'll be better storage. It's more than what I had. I went in to get a new phone because mine was trash. It was broken. It had started coming down with lines in the middle, like it was a barcode. I'm like, okay, it's time to get a new one. I With these hands, they drop everything. I think I mentioned it before. I have a loose muscle disorder. It's like muscle dystrophy, but not quite. It's near that category. It's hypotonium. So I don't have good grip in my fingers. So, anyways, I don't want to take out, make it much longer than what it needs to be. We'll get into the story. And like I said, I hope y'all enjoy it. And thank you for watching. Oh, and also, I want to put the credits or credits to my resources and all in the description box, and I will say as many people as I can, or websites as I can at the end of the video, to just give them credit where credit is due. And because I've had to go on Google and other places to find pictures, because I'm in Florida and I can't afford to go out to England right now and take videos and pictures. So maybe one day. So, okay, this was attached to John Turberville, one of my relatives. This is about him, the Woodbridge Manor House, and the story behind it. Woodbridge Manor is a 17th century manor house just outside the village of Wool in Dorset, England. English heritage has designated it to a Grade 2 listed building. It is on the north side of the old Woolbridge, a historic crossing point over the river Frome, Frome, now closed to the traffic except pedestrians and cyclists, bicycle, due to a bypass injunction. Woolbridge Manor House has 3 stories of red brick and stone construction. The roof covering is made of clay tiles with 7 courses of stone slates to the eaves. Many windows around the building have been removed at some point, possibly due to the window tax in 1696. Woolbridge Manor is said to have been garrisoned in the English Civil War and still has some of the metal bars set into the remaining ground floor-stone mullioned windows, as well as wooden security bar across the front door. Woolbridge Manor was at some time partially demolished and was once much bigger, possibly forming a hollow square with an enclosed courtyard in the center. It is rumored that a tunnel runs under the river from the manor to Bindon Abbey. It's Bindom. The manor was formerly in the Turberville family of Dorset, descendants of George Turberville, until sold in the 18th century, and it is the inspiration for Woolbridge House, Tess's ancestral home where she and Angel Clare spent their unfortunate honeymoon, and Thomas Hardy's novel, Tess of Turberville. Now, this is some portion of the book. They drove by the level road along the valley to a distance of a few miles to the left, and over the Great Elizabeth Bridge, which gives the place half its name. Immediately behind it stood the house wherein they had engaged lodging, whose exterior features are so well known to all travelers through the Frome valleys, once portion of a 5-manorial residence. and the property is seat of the Turberville, but since its partial demolition of a farmhouse, and the house today on the first floor landing remain two 17th century portion mentioned in the novel as ladies of the Turberville family, Tess's ancestors. Okay, this is the phantom coach of the Turberville. A local legend also mentioned in Tess of states that a phantom coach crosses the bridge by Woodbridge Manor at nighttime. But only those with Turberville blood can see it. Various versions of this legend exist, but one associates the coach with the elopement of John Turberville of Woodbridge with Anne, the daughter of Thomas Howard, 1st Viscount Howard of Bindon. Um, so my reference on that is the Historic England Woolridge Manor National Heritage List for England, which was January 18th of 2018. Thomas Hardy's novel, Tess of Turberville, how you say it. Um, Another story goes that in the reign of James I, John Turberville, Esquire, eloped in a carriage and four with Lady Anne Howard, daughter of Viscount Bindon. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. That is all there is to the story, but popular tradition is associated with a spectral coach and four horses that drives from Woolbridge House in the gloom of the evening and makes its way with great pace towards Bindon Abbey. It is alleged that no one can see that coach unless they have Turberville blood in their veins. The following is an alleged true story. Many years ago, a wool clergyman invited a gentleman from Wiltshire to stay with him. His visitor, who arrived late on a dark night in December, had driven from Wareham, in his carriage. When he reached his host's house, he asked whether any of the neighboring gentries had a coach and four. "Why, no," replied his host. "No one in the whole neighborhood has a coach and four these days." "Well, somebody must have," said the Wiltshire gentleman, "because when coming to you in my carriage, I saw an old-fashioned four-in-hand, without riders, being driven at a great rate. To whom does it belong to?" The person looked at him curiously. "No one around here has such a coach," he said. "You surely must have seen the Turberville coach, but there's an old story connected with it that no one possibly can see this Turberville coach unless he has family blood in his veins. In the reign of James I, my ancestor Philip married Margaret Turberville, niece of the old squire of Woolbridge," replied the quest to his host's astonishment. Woolbridge Manor was made famous as the location for Thomas Hardy's novel Tess of Turberville's. This is, I guess, part of the thing. So this condition of mind where she felt glorified by an irrational, not her own, like the angel whom St. John saw in the sun, lasted till sounds of the church bells had died away, and the motions of the wedding service had calmed down. Her eyes could dwell upon details more clearly. Now Mr. and Miss Crick, having directed their own gig, we sent them to leave the carriage to the young couple, she observed the build and character of that conveyance for the first time. Sitting in silence, she regretted it long. I fancy you seem oppressed, Tessie, said Claire. Yes, she answered, putting her hand to her brow. I tremble at many things. It is all so serious, Angel. Among other things, I seem to have seen this carriage before, to be very well acquainted with it. It is very old. I must have seen it in a dream. Oh, you have heard the legend of the Turberville coach, that well-known superstition of this county about your family when they were very popular here, and this lumbering old thing reminds you of it. I never heard of it to my knowledge, said she. What is the legend? May I know it? Well, I would rather not tell in detail just now. A certain Turberville of the 16th or 17th century committed a deadly crime. A man died in his family coach, and since that time, members of the family see or hear that old coach whenever. But I'll tell you another day. It is rather gloomy. Evidently, some dim knowledge of it has been brought back to your mind by the sight of this venerable caravan. I don't remember hearing it before, she murmured. Is it when we are going to die, Angel, that members of my family see it, or is it when we have committed a crime? Now, Tess, he silenced her by a kiss. And that was the excerpt from the book. The following account of the Phantom Coach is mentioned in Thomas Hardy's Dorset by R. Thurston Hopkins in 1922. Then I asked Gover about the Turberville ghost, which we are told haunts this lane, and which subject of an illusion, and Hardy's test of Turberville. His keen old face became serious at once. No ghosts or goblins had troubled him, he said, but John Rawless and another chap saw as plain as could be a funeral going along from Woodbridge House to Bear Regis, and they heard the priest singing in front of a coffin, but they could not understand what he did say. There was a cattle gate across the road in those days, and Rawless ran to open it, but before he could get there, the coffin had passed through the gate, and it had all vanished. He had often heard tell of people who had seen ghosts, and he would not be put about if he did see one himself. So you have not seen the blood-stained family coach of the Turberville? I inquired. No, I have never seen that, said Gover, shaking his head, nor never heard of it. Then as it is a tale that every child should know, I said, I will tell you now. You shall believe it or no, precisely as you choose. Once upon a time, there was a Turberville who deserved to be remembered and to be called, so to speak, the limb of the old un himself, for he spent all his days in wickedness and went warring to the devil as fast as his vices could send him. I have heard it said that he snapped his fingers in the face of a good person who came to see him on his deathbed, saying he did not wish to talk balderdash or to hear of it, and bade him clear out and sent up his servant with fighting cooks and a bottle of brandy. Gradually all the drinking and vice which had besieged his soul for so long swept him into a state of temporary madness, and he murdered a friend while they were riding to Woodbridge House in the family coach. The friend he struck down had Turberville blood in his veins too, so you may be certain to blame. The blame was not all on one side. Ever since the evil night, the coach with the demon horses dragging it sways and rocks along the road between Wool and Bear, and the murderer rushes after it, moaning and wringing his hands, but never having the fortune to catching up with it. The spectacle of the haunted coach cannot be seen by the ordinary wayfarer. It is only to be seen by persons in which blood of the Turberville is mixed. Hi, I added, nodded the old gover. I don't hold with that story. Is to be what Turberville, who murdered to other, have a gone up above. Tain't likely has how he'll be wishful to go roastering over that. Ripping great coach on a dulled bad road like this. Then he shook his bony finger in my face and added, and if the doll have got a hold of him, he won't be able to go gallivanting about. He'll be kept right there. It's Old English, so it's hard for me to really say what they were saying, but the story is found on darkdorset.co.uk/Turberville _phantom, and I will put that in the end of the video, in the description box. This is more notes on the Turberville family. It is a name that was brought to England by ancestors of the Turberville family when they migrated to the region after the Norman conquest in 1066. The family lived. Oh, where did it say? Oh, and the Bacon. I was gonna say Baconshire, Breconshire, Wales. I'm gonna put that in the. And I think it's BRECON SHIRE. So sorry, my mispronunciation. I'm not good with those. Their name, however, is a reference to Turberville, Normandy, is in France. The family's place of residence prior to the Norman conquest of England was in that area. It was before 1066. It first appeared there in Breconshire, England, where they were granted land by William the Conqueror for their assistance at the Battle of Hastings, which was in 1066 AD. One of the first records of the surname was William is D.E. Turberville, or another wording of his last name is Turb, is Turbe. He lived from 1095 to 1174. He was a medieval bishop of Norwich. John Turberville spent a short time in the Tower of London after sending a letter to Queen Elizabeth I. She being Protestant and him being a Catholic might have something to do with it. I didn't get all the information on that. I got that off of Ancestry. Everything I got off here, as far as the stories, is Ancestry and Wikipedia. All the Turbervilles are said to have descended from Sir Payne de Turberville, who came from France. The time of the Norman conquest, One branch of the family has supposedly allegedly gone extinct. In the United States, the surname or the people with that name is 2,487, and it's not really the most popular name. There's different variations like Turberville, Turberville. There's variations of Turberville. George Turberville, 1540 to 1597, is an English poet and the second son of Nicholas Turberville with something Dorset, the same Dorset family, the D'Urbervilles of Mr. Thomas Hardy's novel Tess of Vale. There we go. It's a British, I can't even pronounce. That derives from Old French, meaning town or place of residence, from Latin villa. The first part may derive from ancient Greek turb or turmoil, or Germanic word for turf, although others suggest that it relates to the Norse god Thor. So, there you have it. Sorry, I tripped over my words. Anyways, there's about 38 different resources and things that I got my information from. I'm just going to name a few on here, but I will put everything in the description box and give everybody credit. So I got stuff from Alamy or ALAM, Shutterstock, JV Archive, iStock, Visit Dorset, Tess of Vale, Destination, The Dorset Guide, Beautiful England Photos, TripAdvisor, Trip.com, YouTube, is it Meister Drucke, Drucke, Pinterest, Geograph, Wikipedia, ebid, Flickr, Dorset Echo, Dracas, and Drax, something like that. eBay, Wessex Archeology, Historic Houses, Lulworth Estate, West Country Holiday Links, Sykes Cottages, Francis Frith, it's Frith, Getty Images, Southern Lightscape, Australia, Woodbridge Manor is, I didn't get the whole name, but it's historic something. Mary Turberville, her Salisbury story, Google Lens, Dictionary of the Welsh Biography, or how do you say it? History of Parliament Online, Regis.org. It's BEREREGIS. Versus other people, like Dorset.co. .co.uk/Turbervilles_Phantom. Woolbridge Manor. Oh, that's Wikipedia. Just put /wiki/Phantom Woolbridge Manor. There's underscore in there. I'll put it all in there. And plus Ancestry. Let's see, I wrote down who did it. Okay, it's posted by a CBLYETH. That's who posted it on Ancestry on November 11th, 2019. So, I hope y'all liked it. I hope I get better with these things. I want to keep practicing and doing better because I love to share history and all kinds of stuff with people, and it's one of my favorite things. And um, do Bible studies and all sorts of stuff. So I'm putting all my notes in a folder, and I can always dig them back up, redo videos, and if I have to redo them and all that. And I hope this doesn't get copyrighted or written. Excuse me. Um, I swear I do know English. I just don't practice it like I should. I do and I don't. Um, my grandmother was a teacher, and that was my grandma Tucker's mom, and her sister married a teacher too. So with both of them, it's like they would send back letters anytime anybody written to them, especially my grandma and my dad, my uncle, and aunts. She would correct their stuff and send it back. So thank you guys for watching the video, and hope you made it through the whole thing. So hopefully I can start adding more stuff into it and playing around with videos and learning more. I want to do some different ones like about Tony Slayman, Sidney Drashin, and the company owned Jet Set Industries. They're really big with promoting um, musical acts and stuff like that. And my uncle personally knows him. I did a video on Leonard Skinner and a plane crash. I think I want to redo that one. I'm still going to keep the original up there, but I want to do one that's condensed and shortened down. We bought a book by Larry Still. It was done before he died. We got an extra one for my uncle because he couldn't remember where he placed his, so we bought him one, and we bought one for ourselves. Well, actually, we bought 3 of them. He wanted to give somebody one copy. He wanted to keep one for himself and give us one, which, I mean, I paid for it. So. And I was like, don't even worry about it. He's only on Social Security. He gets $400 a month. So, like, no, we'll cover it. I get a little bit more than he does. I can get out there and sell something or come in and help my mom for extra money or whatever. I can make it work somehow. So he can't really physically work. He might be able to pick up the phone and talk to people, but he ain't going to remember a whole lot. So that's what I want to do. More Jacksonville history. This one's more personal to me because it had to do with family. Well, one that involves my uncle. Kind of personal too, but it involves Jacksonville history too. So I want to try to read the Larry Still book once my mom gets done with it. She wanted to read it first, and it's a big book. It's so thick. Look it up on Amazon. I want to try to find the photo of it. It should be somewhere in my history book. Not my history book. My history, order history. On Amazon. It's not like I order from them all the time, but enough where I did some damage last year. I bought some stuff for myself, and then there's stuff I needed to, like filters for AC unit, filters for my little I don't know what they call it, humidifier. So anyways, I'm getting off subject. Thank you for watching. Look for future videos. I know there's some notes I will have to go back over and tweet them. So it's not going to be a full length video anytime soon. I want to try to do little short videos here and there, or whatever I can do. Until then, so I need to get to work. Hopefully, eventually, I've been waiting on a car. Well, the car we got now is supposed to be mine, but my mom uses a lot. We share it. So it kind of gets aggravating have to ask for my car all the time. So I'm working on getting a car, like saving money and like paying more bills off. I've gotten a good bit of debt paid off. Not using any apps to help me with that. Um, I got myself into debt and I need to own up to it. So I'm doing pretty good with that. I was hoping to buy this time last year or January I was going to be able to get one, but it did not happen. So I'm hoping 2025 hopefully is going to be my year. I know at the end of the month I'm going to be spending some money Christmas shopping. I always go to the Christmas meeting in the South that Saturday. They have it because it's 3 days, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we got nothing to do at church or at work. So that Saturday. So I want to take that day and go shopping, and I probably won't get any video or film from that or like pictures. They got, like I said, they got some people that don't like their stuff for whatever reason, don't not videoed or take a picture of it. But I mean, once it's in your hand, you bought it and you're going off with it. I mean, what can I do then? They can't tell you don't take pictures of it or take a video of like, hey, look what I bought from this guy or this lady. Oh my gosh, it's just, I don't know. I guess they're scared they don't other people have the same idea and like they won't get that like coming into the show. Like, oh, I can make these. I was thinking about making these and I see that they're making it and selling it and people are buying. So I want to do it. Trust me, there's going to be people like that. So, maybe I get it. I mean, they want to make as much profit as they can, but you can't tell somebody not to make those same things. So, I don't know. Okay, I need to get my little tyrant, and I just need to stop working, talking with my hands. I talk with my hands a lot. So, I'm sorry. So, but y'all have a good day, a good blessed day. It's gonna be a long. Well, hopefully it'll be a long weekend, but it's gonna be a long week next week. So I'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye. Thank you for subscribing and watching. All right. And I'll keep repeating myself. So sorry, guys. Bye.